So, I want to have a quick take on the recent Olodo Uprising discourse, but I'll be doing that from a place of popular opinion. Instead, I'll be looking at the subject from the place of language, and that's because that's my relevant. Yes, that's my place of relative comfort. And speaking of language, I'll be looking at the subject from the pronunciations of two different words. The first word is spelled as Route, while the second word is spelled as Squad. Now let's go back to the first. The first, Route. This word has two pronunciations. The first is root, while the other pronunciation is route. Root is a standard English pronunciation, right? British pronunciation. What route is the pronunciation in the American variety. Now, the sad part is that recently, the route pronunciation, which is of American origin, is seemingly displacing, phasing out the British pronunciation. And that's because of the popularity of the American English amongst Nigerians. We have podcasts do this where every Tom, Dick, and Harry goes to just cough out pronunciation that say things. And because these are popular faces, the people who digest this content simply accept these words and start running with this pronunciation that they hear on podcasts, or let's say across social media platforms, without doing the due diligence of investigating whether these words are correctly pronounced. So that's what I see as an indicator or as an indication of the Olodo uprising thing in this modern time. Why am I saying this? That's because today there are people who will look at you as saying something mumbo jumbo, as saying something bunkum, something nonsensical, or something strange when you pronounce the word as root. They look at you like you don't know what you're saying. That's because of the popularity of the route pronunciation. The funny thing is even that these people don't know, some of these people do not know that the American pronunciation of that word is a pronunciation that arose from a place of rebellion. Yes, from a place of rebellion. And that's because the British colonized the Americans. And after independence, the Americans felt, okay, one of the ways we have to show our independence or to show that we're independent of the British is that we change the pronunciations of certain British words as well as the spellings of certain English words. That's why today words like label in the past would take LL, double L in the British English, and a single L in the American spellings. And such words as burnt or burnt, burnt would be for the British, and then the Americans decided to change the T ending in the word burnt to burned, ed. And that's why you have mum, mum, in the British English being spelled as mom in the American spelling. So it's just this act of rebellion that that the American pronunciations stem from. That's how most American spellings and pronunciations derive. So talking about standard pronunciation, root is actually the standard pronunciation. However, both are standard pronunciation but for consistency, if you want to speak the British English, then you go for root. And if you want to speak the American English, you go for route. So speak your route in peace, and let those who use route speak theirs in peace. Consistency is all that matters. So it will be Olodo uprising on your part if you look at people who pronounce the word as root as people who don't know what they're saying. Now, another way to verify which of these two pronunciations is the standard. Another way to do that would be to look at the adverb form of the word root. The adverb form of the word root is en route. En route. I'm en route to Dubai. I'm en route to Qatar. I'm en route from Qatar. I'm en route from Dubai. Now, en route. En space Route. That's the word I'm talking about. Now, if you look at the pronunciation of this word, both in the American and in the British varieties, we discover that this word These words have the same pronunciation. In the British, it's en route. In the American, it's also en route. So why is it not en route? I'm en route to Dubai. I'm en route to Qatar. Did you see that? That's because the original standard pronunciation is the British pronunciation. And this is not in any way to say which is better, which is not better, or which is better than the other. No, I'm just trying to say that we have the people as a generation should be able to do the due diligence of investing time at investigating, at researching how some words as are pronounced. We shouldn't always have to run with the narrative that we have from popular faces, from podcasts, from across social media, platforms. So that said, let's go to the second word, which is SQUAD. SQUAD. The popular pronunciation of this word amongst Nigerians is squad. Yeah, squad, a group of people, a team, coming together to perform or to achieve the same goal. A team of players, squad. That's the popular pronunciation, by the way, like I said, squad. But not many people know that that word has a different pronunciation in the American variety. In the American variety, the word is pronounced as squad, and not squad. In the British, it's squad. In the American, it's squad. Now, how do I mean, or how did I know that not many people know that uh, that word or this word is pronounced as squad? Now, there's this popular football TikToker that I like so much. His name is Adika, and I think Adika is Combo's friend. Adika is a Liverpool fan. I like him a lot, even though I am a Liverpool. Even though I'm a Barcelona fan. Yeah, since 2002, by the way, since 2002. Adika likes Messi a lot. So that's not the point, anyways. 3 days ago, Adika made a video. I watched one of his videos where he pronounced a word. He pronounced the word as squad. And under the comment or in the comment section, I saw a few people asking, looking surprised at the pronunciation of the word as squad. I saw things like which one can be squad? Iwutini squad by Iwutini squad by not confuse us now. When I paused to think about that, there's just one thing that came to my mind. And it's just the fact that some of these people, you know, instead of going to, resort to Google to check, is Adika really right with the pronunciation of this word? They didn't do that. Rather, they showed ignorance. They demonstrated their ignorance by simply, even gaslighting. What is this one saying? Why not check your phone for the pronunciation? Just look up the pronunciation of this word. So, and the funny thing would be that these same people in the future might think, might come to accept that squad is the better or the more standard pronunciation than squad, especially if they find more popular faces pronouncing the word as squad, 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 squad. You'll be surprised that 10 years from now, you hear people running with the squad pronunciation and forgetting that there used to be something we called squad in the past. So please, um, this is not an attempt to name tag anyone or to look down on anyone. Rather, it's just an appeal to learners, to teachers, to everyone, to myself, to you watching me, if at all you got the chance to watch this at the end of the day, that when you want to come to the public, to the social space to say some things, you want to teach people, you want to push out some information or some content out, right? Please do the due diligence of investing time in studying how words are pronounced. And it's not just about words, it's about whatever subject you want to talk about. But I'm focusing on pronunciation because language is my element. Thank you for watching. See you next time.